Hello Gemini, it's your turn for your reading for the month of July. The card's laying out because I was doing your reading and then the phone just stopped. But dates to keep in mind is July 2nd. There is a solar eclipse in Cancer. And the July 16th, there's a lunar partial eclipse in Capricorn. So keep those in mind. And also, I believe in July 1st, Mars is going into Leo. So, and then we have these retrogrades with Saturn, Pluto thing going on, and Mercury. So those could affect you in some way, especially with Mercury, because how your communication, how when you're dealing with technology stuff. So anyways, keep those in mind. All right. Let me just say with the cards, 9 of Swords. So I feel like coming in to this month, could be some anxiety, some stresses. Let me just read the other cards. 3 of Wands in reverse. 2 of Wands. 7 of Swords in reverse. The High Priestess. Justice. The Emperor in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. Knight of Wands. The Hangman. The Tower. And the 9. So I kind of already verified it. Coming into the month with some anxiety, some stressors, some things that may be maybe in some way blocking you. Especially you got the 3 of Wands. So I just feel like not clear on your direction on how you want to move, especially when it comes to your goals, your ambitions, your passions, things that are really important to you, that you value of importance, and then you're moving forward. So that's kind of a good thing. So there can be like this resistance on which path to choose, especially for Geminis. They don't like to choose many options when there's a lot of options, and I feel like that's been for some of you, you've been dealing with that where, you don't have the clear understanding of what path to take. Like you're ready to move, and then, your other side of you wants to take something different. And then you have the 7 of Swords. So I feel like don't get stuck in, I know it's really hard, especially when you're trying to choose and make decisions and you're stressed out, not to get twisted in your mind, not to overthink, not to overanalyze. Swords also about our thoughts. So I feel like that's more for you, not the deception or lies or trickery or anything. But I just feel like, don't get caught up in your thoughts of, when there's 2 options or 3 and you don't know which to take, that you self-sabotage it. But try to make a plan and strategize on what you really want. And I know that's difficult, but I just feel like if you limit your options and it's not so many, then you can figure out what is likely to go right instead of what's likely to go wrong. And then the High Priestess here, I feel like it's your inner guidance. Listen to your inner guidance, your guides, God, source. This has like the goddess on it. The goddess, God. For your inner guidance or your inner knowing of which path to take in life. And then the Justice here, you could be dealing with a Libra, but also too, I feel like it's more like, some of you, not all of you, could be dealing with legal issues or legal battles or paperwork and such like that. Feeling with this card too, some of you may want to separate from a spouse if you're married. That's not for all, but I feel like maybe you're getting things balanced too. It doesn't mean a separation. I'm not really like saying that much in these readings, but I'm feeling that like some of you are trying to plan something that can bring balance into either a relationship dynamic, or if it is a marriage, or something that has to deal with bringing balance. So listen to your inner guidance, inner knowing, even your higher self, You know, that's the high priestess, higher self, to figure these things out. And if you can't figure it out, you know, just stay patient. Try to focus on something that you can put your energy into, instead of focusing on something that is going to get you, you know, stressed out, anxious, worried, you know, keep you up at night. You don't want that. And then you have the Emperor. So I feel like this, you know, you could be dealing with, you know, a fire sign, but it's more of the energy I'm feeling with this, of losing control. You know, maybe you're having the issue of when it comes to things that you really want in life, you don't have the control that you want. But I just feel like, especially with your emotions this month, I feel like the whole Saturn, Pluto, Mercury thing, you know, it's easy for a Gemini, especially when they're out of their element, and things going retrograde, that, you know, it seems like nothing's working, and that can be very stressful for a Gemini. But try to stay as best in your element, even though you're not in your element, if that makes sense, and try to focus on, you know, your passion elsewhere, where you're not getting sidetracked in, you know, this negativity or something that's pulling your attention, that's making you upset or stressed out anyway. And then you have the Queen of Wands. So seeing far sight in the future, I feel like with this card, that you're looking into the future, you're trying to make, you know, decisions that are going to possibly bring in the balance. But I just feel like also, you know, take courage when you feel like you don't know what to do in a situation. You know, take courage. You know, a lot of these changes come in, you know, it's very challenging for all of us. But I feel like with the Queen of Wands, you know, don't be too quick to make moves that may later on you regret, or later on, you know, you don't really have an idea where it's going to go. But try to take courage, try to take understanding, and try to see it from a better perception. Like if you're having 2 ideas or even 3, you know, try to stick with, you know, in the long term, how is this going to go? In the long term, you know, am I going to be unemotional, unstable in my mind and stuff, my thoughts? Am I going to have more stress in my life, or am I going to have more positivity, where I actually start bringing in the balance in my life and start, you know, listening to the inner knowing and inner guidance of what I need to do, and try to, you know, make the best of the situation, even though your emotions may need to get in check this month. So keep that in mind. Then you have the Knight of Wands. So I feel like taking action. So in and out in energy. You could be dealing with fire signs. There's 2 fires, but I just feel like it's mainly the energy. Not always people say that, but try to make fast changes. Like you want things to go faster. But also too, you have to, you know, realize with the Queen of Wands here, you know, you can't always get things fast. Sometimes things are going to take more work, more planning, more strategizing, especially the 2 of Wands right here. So try to be careful not to be too quick to want to move on something, but try to really figure it out. Like, you know, is this what you want? Is it going to bring you ultimate happiness when it comes to your emotions? Like at the end of the day, are you going to be happy? And, you know, knowing that you did the work, you've been doing the work. So balance is coming in. I feel like it's just going to take some time and work to get there. And then the Hangman, you know, feeling stuck, feeling stagnant. Like maybe you have options, and I feel like a lot of you for some time having a lot of options, but you're kind of feeling stuck and stagnant. Like you can't set yourself free from it. You know, it doesn't have to be a relationship, but some of you, it could be a relationship, and how you want to take this relationship, whether it's, you know, going forward, or whether it's, you know, going alone, or focusing on, you know, your passions more. Either or. And then the Tower card. So this is all about enlightenment. It's also about sudden changes, sudden things, sudden knowings, enlightenment. You know, maybe there's this knowing that you know, light bulb goes on or something, where it gets you out of this stagnation. It gets you out of this stuckness where you can finally move forward. But you have the nine of Wands in reverse. So I feel like with the Tower card before that is saying, you know, don't let sudden changes or sudden things, or even feeling stuck and stagnant, put you in a place of defensiveness where you can't move, you can't block yourself. But I feel like with the Tower card here, it's saying, you know, this is helping you. The change is helping you to maybe try to figure out a better avenue to help you move forward. So I feel like a lot of forward movement is just working against, you know, maybe the grain of things, always doing what you do, but trying to figure out what can best resolve this issue. That maybe it's an internal thing. Maybe this Tower moment is internal, where it's like you want to move forward on a project, or you want to move forward on a goal, or something you've been working on for a long time. You have like 3 or 4 wands here. So you've been trying to work on something to move forward, you know, but sometimes, you know, we can't move forward when we want to. Sometimes we have to, you know, clear out old energies, clear out things, so we can make the breakthrough to get through to the next side of things, whether it's, you know, movement, travel, or different things we're trying to work on. Anyways, I hope that helps and resonates with one of you out there. Anyways, bye-bye.